everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing very well today. So today's video, I'm really excited because the Sephora VIB sale is almost here and I'm so excited. I'm so thrilled. I literally love this time of year. I love the Sephora sales. I also really look forward to the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, but I love the Sephora sales because you get anything in the store for 20% off, or if you're Rouge, you get 20% off, which I'm Rouge. But if you are VIB, you get 15% off, and then if you are Insider, you're 10% off. So I'll be honest with you, it's not the greatest sale. It's obviously nothing groundbreaking. Even 20% is not that much. However, some brands at Sephora don't go on sale often. So I'm thinking brands like Natasha Denona, Patrick Ta, Danessa Myricks, what else? Maybe One Size, Rare Beauty, right? Like brands like that, like Pat McGrath, they tend to run a lot of sales on their website, but unless you are, constantly checking their website, you are not going to see these products really go on sale. So this is a great time to kind of restock on items, or like I said, maybe try a newer product, try a new brand, that kind of thing. And so just some information about the sale. And I will put this on the screen, and I give full credits to TrendMood1 from Instagram. And this is some information about the sale. So it is going to be so for Rouge, it starts on April 14th. And the entire sale runs until April 24th. And so if you're VIB Rouge, you get 20% off. If you're a VIB member, you get to start shopping on April 18th. And then again, you have until April 24th throughout the entirety of the sale to shop, and you get 15% off. And then if you're Insider, you get to start shopping at the same time, April 18th, and it runs to the 24th, and you get 10% off. And then Sephora collection for everyone will have 30% off from April 14th through 24th. So really great deals, especially Sephora collection being 30% off. I know a lot of people really enjoy their foundation, their concealer, that kind of thing. This is the first time that VIB and Insider will be shopping on the exact same days. Usually Insider is the last group of people to start shopping. So this is going to be a little bit different when it comes to that, but really, like I said, it's not the best deal in the world, but it's definitely just a way to get some of your favorite products on a sale, or like I said, try out some brands that normally don't go on sale very often. So let's go ahead and get started. I do have some recommendations that I wanted to share with you. I'm going to try to breeze through those really quickly. However, you know how I am and how long it takes me to go over things, I swear, but I'm going to try my hardest to go really quickly because I also want to share with you my wish list. So let's get started. For primers, the only primer I'm seriously ever going to recommend from Sephora, because these are tried and true. I love these so much, and they are the Rare Beauty primers. So I have both of them, and I do have the minis, which the minis are a pretty good amount of product. You do get half a fluid ounce in both of them. And so she has an illuminating version, and then she also has the pore diffusing one. I love both. I think if I had to choose, I'd probably go with the illuminating version, but both of them are so beautiful. The illuminating one is just going to give you a really nice hydrated glowy base before you go in with foundation, and then the pore diffusing primer is going to obviously diffuse your pores, smooth out your skin, blur out your skin, all of that. And these, what I love about Rare Beauty is it's not a super pricey brand at Sephora. It's going to be kind of in that mid-ranged price, and I really enjoy that because the fact that Rare Beauty is already a little bit more affordable, the fact that you can get more of a discount on that is even more great. So love the primers from Rare Beauty. Highly recommend. For foundations, I was trying to think about it. I didn't want to be like too redundant or anything like that, but I don't think I have recommended this foundation yet, and that is the Haus Labs foundation. I really enjoy this. This is called the Triclone Skin Tech Foundation, and this is a really good, especially everyday foundation. And I do wear the shade 110 Light Neutral. It's a really great shade match for me. What I like about this foundation is that there's not a lot of thought into this foundation, and I mean that in the best way possible. It works for me every single time. It pretty much will manipulate with every primer you put on underneath it. So if you're putting on a glowy primer, it's going to look glowy. If you put on a pore diffusing primer, it's going to look more smooth on the skin. And so it really is kind of just a natural finished foundation. But if you wanted to go in with those products like your mattifying primers or glowy primers, pore blurring primers, things like that, it will definitely impact how this wears on the skin. But I like that because I like when foundations can be manipulative or manipulated, I guess. Not manipulative, what am I saying? But manipulated, because it means that you can really just make the product work more for you, which I really enjoy. And this is just a really good, solid, everyday foundation. Every time it's in my Shop My Stash, I just fall in love with it each time. So really recommend this one. It has a really large following for a reason. For concealer, I believe I've mentioned this before in multiple videos, but it is just still a favorite of mine. I still have yet to try a high-end concealer that I enjoy more, and this is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Luminous Matte Concealer. This is really, really nice. This is a great full coverage concealer, but it's not full coverage and drying underneath the eyes, which I appreciate. It gives really great coverage, but it's not gonna look crepey or drying or make it look like your under eyes are legit fossils. That's not gonna happen with this concealer. I like it because it doesn't sit on the under eyes. I feel like it really does just kind of lay very nicely on top, and it doesn't make my under eyes look like exaggerated in any negative ways. I just really enjoy this one. I do wear the shade Coconut Flakes 2.7N. Really great shade match for me as well. And I also really enjoy the doe foot because it's a larger doe foot, but it's kind of still different than like what we're used to seeing with like the e.l.f. camo concealers, the Tarte Shape Tapes, things like that. It's still a little bit unique in comparison to those, but I really enjoy the doe foot too. So still a really good one from Huda Beauty that I'm still enjoying. Then I wanted to get into some cream products. So you know I love cream products. You know I'm going to recommend both a cream bronzer and a powder bronzer. So I have two cream bronzers to mention. This one is the NARS Laguna Bronzer. This is the Laguna Bronzing Cream. I specifically have the shade Laguna 01. Laguna 01 is actually a newer pickup for me. I recently, or before, I had picked up Laguna 2, and it was just a little bit too deep for me. I felt like I wasn't reaching for it because the shade was too deep for me, because it was so pigmented every time that I went in with it. But Laguna 01, if you are anywhere near my complexion, if you're fair to light complexions, I would definitely pick up Laguna 01. It is a beautiful, beautiful shade, but the formula is amazing. So if you want to just try out this cream bronzer, definitely I recommend it. I think the shades are okay. Definitely let me know if you enjoy it and you have a deeper skin tone than me. But I just love this formula. It is so easy for me to use. It's easy to blend out. It's not too pigmented, again, where I'm afraid to use it. When I repurchased this and got the correct shade, I could not stop using it. So I really, really enjoy that one. Another bronzer that's a cream bronzer that is very, very, it's not for everybody, is what I'm gonna say. This cream bronzer is not for everybody because the tones are not gonna be for everybody. First off, the shade range is like but also even the shades can be definitely hit or miss with certain people, but I really enjoy the formula, and the shade is definitely something that I can get on with, and that is the Refi Cream Bronzer. And I have the shade Sand. I wanna say they have 2 or 3 other shades, but Sand was the lightest, and I think at least in store from what I could see. I will say one of the cons is it's very hard to open, and I literally just hurt myself trying to open it, but this is the shade Sand, and I spoke about this in one of my favorites videos. The issue with this one is it can look a little bit warm toned. So Here it is swatched on the back of my hand. I usually like something that's maybe a little bit more neutral, and this one definitely can look a little bit kind of orangey or more maybe yellowy actually, but I really love the formula. I love the shade. I think it's really, really nice. It's nice and creamy. The packaging I hate though, because like I said, it is a little bit hard for me to open it up, but it is just really easy to work with. The formula is really nice and forgiving, and it was a product that the moment I dipped my brush into it and applied it onto my skin, I fell in love with it. So really, really love this one. Since we're here, let me swatch the NARS bronzer so that you can see. Again, I have the shade Laguna 01, and I think if you have a skin tone similar to mine, maybe even lighter, honestly, maybe a little bit deeper too, this would be a really, really nice shade. So here's Laguna 01. As you can see, definitely cooler than the Refi. Also, something that I was gonna say about the Refi bronzer is that it's actually not that expensive, at least not in my opinion. I think it was $25, which obviously in comparison to like the drugstore or more affordable makeup, that's gonna be pricey. But I think for a cream bronzer at Sephora, I thought that was pretty decently priced. So I did want to mention that. Then for powder bronzer, this is just one of my loves. It's one of my favorite powder bronzers in my entire collection. And I was kind of shocked at the usage I have in this bronzer. This is the Ilia Night Light bronzing powder, and I have the shade Drawn In. You can see how much I've used this product. I mean, you can literally probably see the rings forming here, and I feel like I might hit pan on this sometime soon, which I cannot believe it, because I think I've had this. I picked this up during the like 2 Sephora sales ago, so it was probably like a year from now at this point, and this is just such a good bronzer. It's definitely just a middle of the road matte bronzer, nothing special, but I think for me it's the formula and the shade, because the formula is so it's lightly pigmented, but the shade obviously works for me, so I can go ham and I don't have to worry about applying too much. I don't have to worry about looking muddy or like a Cheeto or something. Like, I seriously feel like I can just go in with as much as I want and I will feel comfortable with the amount of bronzer on my skin. And that is something that I really, really enjoy, because while I want my blushes to be super pigmented, I don't really want my bronzers to be super pigmented, because they are so contrasting. And they can often look muddy on my skin, so I don't want that. But I will say I also want it to show up, and this one definitely does. They do have some other shades as well, but this is just such a beautiful, beautiful formula, and you can tell that I've clearly used it a lot. Then we have blushes, literally my favorite, and I think I only have one powder blush to talk about, and that is this Patrick Ta blush. I have never spoken about this, I feel like, on my channel, and this is one of my favorite powder blushes in my collection. I don't know what it is. I think it's the shade primarily, but the formula is also really nice. These are their monochrome moment velvet blushes, and I have the shade specifically called She's Passionate. So this is not his infamous cream powder, like cream blush duos. This is just the powder blush. But something about this shade, She's Passionate, is just so stunning. It is the blush that I always reach for when my blush doesn't look very good. Maybe I want to smooth out the skin, maybe a blush emphasized my pores and I want to go in with something that's going to make it look better. I'll go in with this. Maybe I don't love the shade of the blush I applied, so I want to correct it. I go in with this. Like, this is just one of my favorite blush colors of all time, but it's also such a great, great formula. I follow Leora here on YouTube. She hasn't posted a video in a while, and I definitely miss her so much, but I follow her on Instagram and I try to keep up with her, right? And she has complete pan in this blush, and she has a lot of makeup, and so for me that just shows how much she loves the product, and she is not kidding. This blush is just so, so good. I mean, literally the logo is pretty much worn off at this point. And I had packed this in like one of my travel makeup bags, and I was just reaching for this the whole time. So really enjoy that one, and I feel like it's a product that I don't really talk about very much because it's a powder blush, and definitely cream blushes and liquid blushes are all the rage. On the other end though, I did want to recommend, you know, his duos, right? So These are the Double Take Cream and Powder blushes. I do have two of them. The shade that I enjoy the most though is the shade called She's Blushing. So here's the cream and here's the powder. Really, really stunning color. Let me swatch it for you. I guess I could have swatched the other one, but here is the blush. So the cream is obviously on the top and then the powder is on the bottom. I really love it because the powder is not a flat matte color. It definitely has like some luminosity to it, some dimension to it. So it definitely looks unique than just a powder blush. So I love the shade She's Blushing. Let me go ahead and swatch the powder. Again, this is in the shade She's Passionate. And I really hope, yeah, it definitely will show up. I mean, look at that stunning, stunning color. It's just the most perfect blush color, especially around my skin tone. Really, really enjoy that in those products. So I recommend going with the matte blushes, like the powder blushes. I recommend going with the duos. She's So LA is a very, very popular one, but I think She's Blushing is just my favorite. And then I've talked about these again before on my channel, but I've had some newer subscribers, so I wanted to kind of mention these again. These are from One Size, and these are the Cheek Clapper 3D Blush Trios, and I have the shade Very That. So very similar to the Patrick Ta, except in this one, you're actually getting a blush topper or a highlighter. So you're getting a cream blush, a powder blush, and then again, that topper or highlighter, depending on your skin tone or how you wish to wear it. And this is just really, really fun. This is a fun makeup product. If you are a blush lover, you seriously need to try out these trios from One Size. And I am just so impressed with the formula on this. It is so pigmented and it's just like, it layers so beautifully. So there's like the highlighter, the cream blush, the powder blush. So I just wanted you to make sure that you saw all of that. And I really enjoy the shade Very That. I do think that it's gonna be a product that, because it's so pigmented, like if you're very fair complected, I don't think all of the shades will work for you. So definitely pick up the shade that you're gonna be most comfortable wearing. I do have his new shade. It's the one that's like that really popular like Dior blush pink color. I do have that new shade, but I haven't used it yet, so I wasn't going to talk about it in this video. But if it's anything like this formula in here, I am super, super excited to test it out. Another blush that I wanted to talk about are the Tower 28 cream blushes. I really, really enjoy these. I've spoken about the shade Magic Hour before, but I recently, or not recently, but during, I think the last Sephora sale, the one that was in like October, November, I picked up the shade Office Hours. And I love this color. It's like a beautiful mauve color. And I love this because it definitely gives me like purple vibes, but it still has that pink, like enough pink to it that it doesn't look like bruisey on me, because I love mauve colors, especially mauve colors like on the cheeks, but I'm always afraid that they're gonna look like I'm bruised because again, I do have a lighter complexion, but this has enough of that pink base to it that I'm able to make this work. Office Hours is a beautiful, beautiful color. I think they actually came out with a set recently that comes with that blush and one of their like lip glosses. I think it's called Sesame actually. So check it out if you're wanting the gloss and the cream blush. That's a good way to kind of test out both formulas. Then of course you knew I had to talk about the Rare Beauty blushes. These are just so, so good. I think these will just forever be my favorite liquid blush because so far nothing has topped these. I do have two shades. I have the shade Encourage and Hope. Really, really beautiful colors. Hope is this lighter one here and this one is Encourage. Let me do some swatches. So this shade right here is Hope and then this one is Encourage. Really, really beautiful colors. I know Hope is definitely more of a favorite because it's like that lighter pink color, but I really enjoy Encourage as well. Again, kind of like that mauve color, but still has enough pink again that I'm able to make it work for me. So I love that formula so much. And I know that a lot of people are like, oh, they're so, so pigmented. Like they really are. However, I love blush. So I love how pigmented they are because I feel like I get all of the color I want with almost just one application, and that's almost unheard of for me. So really, really love these Rare Beauty blushes, and I plan on picking up one of the like newer shades that they came out with. I think the shade Worth is the one that I'm eyeing. All right, and then I tried the new blushes from Danessa Myricks, and so this is the Yummy Skin cream flush, I think, or cream blush, and I picked up the shade Jubilee. Really, really beautiful. Love, love, love this shade. And this formula is nice. It's very, very nice. It's very pigmented, which I don't mind because I just love blush and I love pigmented blush. But I think for me, the formula, it just feels like such a soft, airy matte, but it's still a cream. So it's still gonna have a little bit of that I guess like flawlessness to it because it's a cream, but it's going to dry down like a powder, and it blends in just so easily. It's like very pillowy feeling. Like, it is just a very beautiful formula. And the shade Jubilee, I'm so glad that I went with this one and that I didn't go for like the standard pink that I always go for, because it is just so beautiful and a little bit more unique to my collection. All right, then let's get into highlighter, and I definitely wanted to recommend this one. This is, I feel like, a little bit underrated in my opinion, although it may not be, because I feel like the brand is definitely not underrated, but I don't feel like a lot of people are talking about this product. But this is the highlighter, like the cream highlighter from Merit. I love this. I have the shade Kava. This is a beautiful, beautiful formula. Every time it's in my Shop My Stash, I just want to reach for it over and over again. It is just such a beautiful formula, and look at that flash on the skin. It's so pretty. The shade Kava is stunning. I always use this by just like tapping some on my cheekbones with my finger, and it's so beautiful. It just looks so natural on the skin. So really, really love this product. And then, of course, if you can get your hands on a Rare Beauty highlighter, I do have the shade Mesmerize. Super stunning. This is the more like pinky toned one. I kind of want Enlighten, because people often talk about that shade being like the most, I feel like that's not really picking up. I feel like people talk about Enlighten being like the perfect like inner corner shade. So I'm tempted to pick that one up, but you know these are always out of stock. But if you can get your hands on these, maybe check Sephora Inside Kohl's. These are very beautiful, but you have to enjoy a beaming highlighter. All right, I need to like get through these products, my goodness. So I only have 3 lip formulas I wanted to talk about. So firstly, any of the Fenty lip products, like seriously, these are so good. My favorites are the creams from her. I don't believe Cupcakin is a permanent shade, but I know Fruit Snacks is, and these are just such a nice formula. It's like a little bit of a thicker, not a little bit, it is a thicker gloss that's super pigmented, but I like these because they just make your lips look so full, so juicy, and the color, it really does peek through. But also, these are just the most non-sticky glosses. Like, I don't know how they do it. They are just so high performing. I really enjoy those. And so I recommend the creams from Fenty 100%. Also, I just thought I'd add this. It's not my favorite Fenty product, but it's a really nice summer product. And this is the Fenty Gloss Bomb Heat, and it's in the shade Hot Cherry. So it's definitely going to give you that plumping, tingling feel, but this is going to give you a really nice, just red tint to the lips. So wanted to mention that. And then Merit has a really beautiful lipstick formula as well, and this is called their Signature Lip Lightweight Lipstick, and I have the shade Slip. I definitely want to pick up another shade. So here is the shade Slip, and then here is a swatch of it, and this is definitely like a brownie color. So definitely not something that I would want to wear like during the spring or something, but I really do want to pick up another shade because I enjoy this formula so much. I reach for it a lot, especially when I'm going to work. And then finally, I wanted to mention the ABH lipsticks. Again, I feel like these are super underrated, and I really enjoy this formula. My favorite is this shade Peach Amber. It's a beautiful color, and you have to go with the satin formula because it's it's just so nice. So here's the shade Peach Amber. It's really beautiful and kind of unique as well to my collection. Really enjoyed that one. And then I recently picked up this one because it was in a set, and this is in the shade Peach Bud. Here is that one. So really, again, just enjoy this formula. It's really nice and hydrating on. All right, and then finally, I don't have any eyeshadow because I feel like eyeshadow palettes have kind of just not really been it this year. I really enjoy still like my Natasha Denona formulas. I of course enjoy like Pat McGrath, ABH, like things like that. I still really love those palettes, but I just feel like that's not really like the vibe right now. You know, like a lot of people are going with like singles. They're doing like really just kind of easy, minimal eye makeup type looks. And I'm also kind of into that, but I still do, of course, love my eyeshadows. I love my eyeshadow palettes, and I'm still definitely going in to do eye looks every day, but like I just don't feel like I'm like loving eyeshadow palettes right now because everyone is like all about the complexion, I feel like. But I wanted to mention these because have I ever talked about these on my channel? Like I honestly don't think I ever have, which is just such a sin because this is such a great product. I love it so much. Everybody talks about Rare Beauty. Everybody hypes up the brand so much, but nobody talks about this product. And this is their Nearly Neutral liquid eyeshadow. This is just so beautiful. So it's just their liquid eyeshadow, but I have the shade Nearly Neutral. This came out alongside their like cream blushes, the one that are in those really pretty like pebble looking packaging. Like it's like that light pink color, and nobody really likes the blushes, but nobody talks about these liquid eyeshadows, and they are so good. They wear so beautifully on the eyes, and they keep their pigment. I mean, you can see here, I'm like spreading it around my hand here, and there's no patchiness. I mean, it just keeps its pigment very well, and it's so easy to blend out, and it stays all day. I mean, this is just such a nice formula, and I'm tempted to pick up another one, but I reach for this quite a bit, but the thing is I need to not buy any more liquid eyeshadows because I am guilty of having too many of those. But those are all of my recommendations. Now let's quickly go over my wish list. All right, so let's go over my wish list. These are a lot of products, I know, so definitely you know, don't judge me here, and this is definitely subject to change because things come out, I change my mind, things like that, but I definitely plan on placing an order on the 14th through the website. That's what I always do because I'm afraid of things selling out that I've been wanting to try, and then I might make a few in-store purchases here and there. But I have a trip coming up with my husband that we're doing for our anniversary, so I might just stick to this one haul. It's still a lot, but I'm just trying to like be mindful of that too. So this also might even go down a little bit if I decide to be generous and not selfish. I'm joking, but not really, but kind of, and not, you know, anyways, let's just get into the wish list. What am I even saying? Okay, so Sephora collection, their Sheer Matte lip balms. I really want to try these out. I think they are such a cool and innovative product, and they're only $10, and then with 30% off on top of that, they're going to be super inexpensive. I really love the Bom Dia Bright scent from Sol de Janeiro, so I might pick up the body cream, and I really should just pick this up because it's $48, and that's so expensive to me, but this is my favorite scent from Sol de Janeiro. I love this scent. Maybe I won't pick up the full size. Maybe I'll pick up the mini, actually, now that I think about it, because I have so many lotions. I don't think I should purchase the full size. So I think I'm gonna go, I'll think about it. I also have in here, and this is easily something that I could see dropping off, but I'm not sure, dropping off the cart, I mean, but this is the Patrick Ta Precision Dual-Ended Sculpting Brush. This is definitely an Emily Noel kind of inspired add to cart kind of thing, because she was talking about this brush and how well it really does sculpt the cheeks, and I kind of want to like up my sculpting game a little bit, but I also am not really into contouring, but I'm into bronzing. But I think that maybe this brush could help me just like get it in a more precise area. So I'm not sure yet. I don't know, but that is on my list. This is something I really, really want because I don't have a lot of powder bronzers, at least I don't think so. And because I'm enjoying my Ilia one so much, I'm kind of tempted to try out some like other high-end ones, although this is more luxury, and it's the Gucci Eclat, I don't know if I'm saying that right, Soleil Luminous Bronzer. I swatched this in store, you guys, and oh my gosh, it is so, so pretty. Like I can't, I hate it, but it's so pretty, and I mainly want it because it is just going to be something that I'm going to appreciate and value in my collection. And honestly, the swatch just looked beautiful. The shade 01 I think will work perfect for me. I definitely want this product, like 100%. It's the Sephora Collection Best Skin Ever Liquid Foundation. I have heard nothing but great things about this foundation, and I really, really want to try it out. And again, 30% off Sephora Collection, come on. I want the concealer as well, but it's never in stock online. So if I can find it in store, my shade, then I'll probably pick that up too. This I'm not sure about because I've heard mixed reviews, and also I've heard that it's like completely fallen out of the pan, and I also don't want to pay that money for that. But this is the Cali Ray Highlight Radiant Glow Highlighter in the shade Starlight Beach. I have swatched this in store, and same thing, so beautiful, so smooth. The shade is just stunning, but again, I've heard that it breaks, and I don't want to spend $30 on a highlighter that's just gonna like completely just crumble from the pan. So I might look up reviews on that highlighter. And then I'm definitely planning on picking this up. This is the Merit Signature Lip Lightweight Lipstick. Again, I have the shade Slip, and I really want the shade Baby. I want a perfect everyday kind of like neutrally pink kind of color, and I love the formula so much, so I know that I will get use out of this lipstick. I don't love purchasing lipsticks or just lip products in general very often because I just constantly stick to my favorites, but I really think I would use this one a lot, and it seems really beautiful, so I want that. Also, I've heard great things about this, and I love that it's a mini. It's the Westman Atelier Mini Petite Face Trace Cream Contour Stick in the shade Biscuit. I've heard wonderful things about this brand, but specifically about this product. And again, I love that it is a mini, so I can try it out for only $25 with the discount on top of that, of course. And I really like that it's a contour too. Maybe I can kind of like get creative and like, you know, see how I enjoy contouring. And then Sephora released new Sephora favorites kits just like the other day, and they one of them completely went viral, sold out in like a few hours, and then the other two, as far as I'm seeing here, are still available, and I'm super, super interested in them. One of them is called the Clean Me Up Beauty Set, and it comes with a mini Lawless gloss, a mini Gwen Stefani lipstick, a full-size Tower 28 mascara, which I've been dying to try, a Necessaire, the body lotion, which I also am kind of interested in that since like Jessica Braun just talked about it in her, what is it? It's like nighttime routine video. Also a mini of the Glow Recipe Hyaluronic Cream like moisturizer, sounds really good. The Missing Person scent, I don't love that scent, but I'd appreciate that like deluxe size of it. And then a full size of the Rose Ink Blush. So I'm still like thinking about that set. I think it's a really, really good set, and I've always enjoyed their Clean Me Up sets in the past. Like I've had really good luck. So that one is only $35, so I'm definitely interested in that one. And then the other Sephora set is the Vacay All Day Beauty Value set, and this one is $48, so it's definitely more pricey, but this has some great, great products in it. It has a Laura Mercier Mini Tinted Moisturizer Blush. I've been wanting to try that formula. The Ouai Scalp and Body Scrub, I would totally use that. I've heard those Ouai products smell so, so good. A mini of the Glow Screen. I really enjoy that sunscreen, and it's perfect to have a little mini of it this time of year because I don't always wear makeup, and that's a beautiful sunscreen to wear on my no makeup days. A little Freck pen, which looks cute. The Drunk Elephant Deep Bronzing Drops, which I'd like to try those in like a little mini. I love this, the Tower 28 SOS or Save Our Skin Spray. I love that product, and that's personally not why I'm picking it up, but I like a lot of the other products that, you know, I'm interested. That is a really great spray though. It's great to incorporate in your skincare routine. I just couldn't afford to like keep repurchasing it. And also a full size. So that product is a full size. And then I think this other product is also full size, and it's a Makeup by Mario lip plumping serum, but it looks like it's in a really fun, like beautiful red shade. And then something from, what is that brand? Slather, and it's topicals exfoliating body serum. So I'm interested to see like what that's all about. A waterproof Better Than Sex mascara. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in this, however, and it looks like a mini of the Anastasia clear brow gel. I've heard really great things about that product as well. So that one is like an unsure, like I'm not sure. I'll probably decide, like, I don't know. I'm not sure. Like even the other one, now that I'm thinking about it, like, do I even really, like, I don't know. Cause like, I'm not really interested in the lipstick. Maybe I'll just pick up the Tower 28 mascara. That's going to be cheaper. I don't know. I will think about it with those sets because I'm not 100% sure. And then finally, again, I kind of mentioned this earlier, I want to pick up the newer shades in the Rare Beauty Liquid Blush, but just one of them. So I want to pick up the shade Worth. So that is currently what's in my cart at Sephora. Again, subject to change, but what do you plan on picking up? Do you have any recommendations for me? Have you tried any of the products on my wish list? Because I would love to hear your thoughts, your opinions on them. But if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And I would love for you to subscribe and be a part of my YouTube channel family here. And all of the details for this sale will be in the description box, so be sure to check that out. And I will go ahead and see you in my next video. Bye.